Let's tell you exactly what the charges are against the Adani Group, against chairperson Gautam Adani, his nephew Sagar Adani and 6 others. The US court has essentially indicted them for allegedly bribing Indian government officials, and $265 million is the said amount for securing solar power contracts with state electricity distribution companies. The bribes were allegedly paid between 2020 and 2024. The US prosecutors claimed that this fact was concealed from US banks and investors from whom the Adani Group raised billions for the solar energy project. Amid this backlash, Adani Group has released a statement that they've abandoned the $600 million US bond deal. Adani stock also saw red on Dalal Street. There's been a slight recovery after the statement that was released. Last week, Adani announced a multi-billion-dollar investment in the US as he congratulated President-elect Donald Trump on his election victory. Remember that Trump has promised to simplify regulations for energy companies, making it easier for them to drill on federal land and construct pipelines. So the BJP has also questioned the timing, saying soon after after Adani had congratulated Trump, you're seeing this indictment by US courts. But there has been a reaction in Indian markets as well, where particularly the Adani Group's flagship firms feeling the heat. They all were in red earlier today. There's been a slight recovery of the flagship firms after the Adani Group released a statement calling the allegations baseless and denied the same, maintaining that these are only allegations at this point. Now, there's been, of course, a huge storm over this charge of bribery against Gautam Adani, his nephew Sagar Adani, and several others as well. Now, the allegation is that there were state governments between 2020 to 2024, largely in the window of 2021 to 2022, when there were, in fact, bribes that were exchanged between state governments and the Adani Group. I want to bring in Sakshi Batra of Business Today for more details, really, on these allegations. Sakshi, you've got the Adani Group issuing a statement saying that these allegations are baseless and reiterating that these are just allegations. But run us through, really, what the core of these charges are. What has led to this indictment?
Well, first of all, in the US, the charges that were made against Gautam Adani and 7 other officials, including his nephew also, Sagar Adani, was that these officials have paid upwards of $250 million in bribe to the Indian officials to secure certain tenders and contracts for the solar energy power projects as well, which are in various stages in India. And probably this information has been concealed from the US investors as well. And therefore, if you've been seeing in the last 3 years or so, Gautam Adani and the Adani Group has consistently gone on to in the US market to raise certain funds via bonds. The one bond that has been withdrawn today was worth about $600 million. All the existing bonds have also seen sharp reactions downwards after the allegations were made today. So several fundraise has happened via the US markets, US bond markets from US investors as well. But the information of bribe has been concealed from those investors is what the allegation has largely been. Now, Gautam Adani's group's statement that has come in now gives that sense of relief to the investors that these are only allegations, and up until they are proven, they should not be seen as guilty right there. And he's also assured a lot of investors that they continue to uphold highest standards of corporate governance, transparency in the company. Remember, this has also happened before. While the Hindenburg research report had come in back in 2023, and you did see Gautam Adani come in open, talk about in a video message, assuring investors, shareholders at large that their company follows highest standards of governance, and they are, this is only to malign the image as well as to tarnish the group's ambitions as well. And the strange coincidence that happens, Akshata, you should know, the last time around Hindenburg research report had come in was just a day ahead of Adani Group planning to raise 20,000 crore rupees via FPO. And this was withdrawn right after those Hindenburg allegations were made. Today's allegations that have come in right ahead of that $600 million of that bond raise which was supposed to happen. We really need to find out what is why this coincidence comes in only when the Adani Group is actually going to the market, and timing.
Several people have raised, and the BJP also has questioned the timing politically, saying it's happened just before the winter session of Parliament. Thanks very much, Sakshi, for joining us with those details.